Nice. That's one of them new Ben Franklins you count there, baby Bob.
You don't stop.
Gotta get that money.
You don't stop.
Oh man, this is how we do it. East, West.
So today we're gonna talk about women with high body counts and why that's a problem. But for a completely different reason, you've been taught why it's a problem.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
So as men, we've been taught if a woman has a high body count, then, she's all over the place and she's a hoe and, she can't be controlled physically and she's going to be fucking everybody all the time and all that kind of shit. We've been taught that from like a physical level. What I want to talk about today, and that does exist in some ways for some women, if not, a lot of women, all right? But I want to talk to y'all about the real issue with her having a high body count. And it has nothing to do with her physically letting a whole bunch of dudes clap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really has very little to do with that from a deeper level. So the problem with her having a high body count is that you typically run into two types of women with high body counts. And this is the type of experience you're going to receive from these two types of women, all right? The first experience is that she has a really hard reset button, okay? So in a lot of ways, this can be a good thing and this is a good thing just because she can really just, move on from one guy to the next and not bring over, or hopefully not bring over a whole bunch of baggage or bad habits or some shit like that. The issue with these types of women who have kind of this hard reset button about themselves because they've been with all these different dudes and, for the most part, you're starting to kind of realize that she's treated all of these dudes the same, or she's given her all to these dudes in like the same way. And then now she's with you doing the same thing because she kind of has this hard reset button about herself. The thing that you have to kind of realize about this type of woman that could be a really big red flag in a relationship is that she's looking to conquer the relationship and she's looking to gain something from the relationship, and she may not be necessarily all that invested in you. She just may be really just invested in her and the dynamics of the benefit that the relationship gives to her, which is why she's able to have such a very, almost, knee-jerk reset reaction when she's jumping in and out of relationship or in and out of situation from, fuck buddy to dating, to long term or just whatever. But through story and through experience and through understanding how she is, you're realizing that she's really treated, all of these women the same. All of these men the same. It could be women too, shit. But all of these men the same, and now she's with you doing the same thing, and she's been with a lot of men, but it's kind of like, wait a minute, and as you're having conversation, you kind of start to realize that she doesn't really have a lot of in-depth perspective, or she doesn't have a lot of feedback or a lot of back and forth dialogue with you. Or when you tell her things, it's almost like she's looking for trigger words, or she's just trying to remember what you say, but she's not really connected to, the things that you're going through or how you feel or anything like that. Her main objective is to get what she needs and what she desires from the relationship. And then as soon as it's not working, or as soon as there's no tangible benefit for her, she can let go of you, really quick, and then move on to the next guy, and then, treat him the same way, and then just move into this life the same way, which again is a very healthy thing. But you want to be aware of this when you're with this woman. And then if you see a future with this woman based on the other things about her, you want to challenge her to be a little more invested in you and not the idea of you as it relates to just the concept of a relationship and the concept of conquering and having a partner and having assistance and having someone to be there for them or just whatever. So you don't want this person to kind of see you as an accessory or a tool or something that they can use to their benefit. And the women with the hard reset button, who you know they've been with a lot of dudes or they've had a lot of relationships, and you know this because she's either told you or you've experienced it or you knew her before you guys actually got together, just whatever. If you know that this is true, just beware of this, because this could be a red flag, and it could be something that as a man, you're looking at her thinking like, I don't even think she really like me or fuck with me like that. I just think she likes the idea of me in this moment as it benefits her in her need or desire for a relationship, okay? But not you. The relationship could be with anybody. It doesn't have to be with you, all right? So beware of that as a reality. The number 2 thing you get is, on the opposite side of the spectrum, a woman with a high body count, you know, outside of the physical shit, you know, this woman may be bringing a lot of emotional baggage and a lot of hard drive drama, which is what I call it. You know, like the first woman is more of like a flash drive. Like, you know, it's there, it exists, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's only data that can be like pulled and talked about if, you know, you guys go there. But you know, the second woman doesn't have a reset button at all. So she has like, or she doesn't have any type of like storage or skeletons in the closet or nothing. Like, it's all out there. Like, it's all just chilling on the desktop. You know, if I'm using like a computer as an analogy, you know, she has a really cluttered hard drive. So when you get with her, some things you could notice about this person is that like, she's almost like going about the relationship as if it's a continuation of some shit she's already like been going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if she was in a relationship with some dude for like 2 years before she met you, and now she's with you, and then y'all are just kind of like getting things in flow, and like she's pressing you about like the next step, or when y'all are going to get married, or she's talking to my family and shit out of nowhere, you're just like, I barely really know you. And now she kind of has an attitude or, you know, this negative energy towards you, because it's like, well, I'm not a woman to be played around with, and I don't want to waste my time. And it's like, I just met you literally like less than 60 days ago, and you pressing me about some shit. But that's because she doesn't have a hard reset button, and she is bringing over a lot of baggage from every other previous situation, every other relationship, every other dating experience that she's been through as it's led up to you. So she may be down to have sex with you fast. She may be down to kind of enter your life and try to, you know, attempt to position herself to like bring value on a physical level. But with woman number 2, who does not have the hard reset button, you have to realize that she's looking for you to fill a void, or to essentially replace and continue the journey, and in a lot of ways right the wrongs that someone else did that has absolutely nothing to do with you, okay? So you want to, you know, be careful, really careful with this person, and really try to take things as slow as possible, because in a lot of surface level ways, this person could be way more stressful than woman number 1, who has the hard reset button, but you know, she's more of kind of like a, you know, what am I getting out of this? I'm kind of like like she has like a conqueror mode about her. Number 2, she wants you to fix every problem that every other man created in her life, because now you belong to her, and now you're her boyfriend, so, or a fiance, husband, whatever, however far you've gotten, you know, in the journey with number 2 woman, because she's unable to reflect, she's unable to heal, she's unable to have self-talk, she's unable to assess herself. in the situation, or assess her previous situations to know what it is she may have done wrong or what better choices she could have made. And instead of doing that and resetting at all, she just brings it all over to the next situation, and she wants you to do something about it. And she's going to be the victim, and she's going to blame you. And she could very well be doing this and going through these patterns in all of her situations, which could also be the reason why she has a high body count to begin with. Okay. So those are some things to look out for when you know you're dealing with a woman who has been with a lot of men. It's not all just about her fucking vagina and how many bodies have fucking slammed up against her belly and her ass and shit, or how many dicks have been in her mouth, whatever. All right, this is a way deeper thing, especially for the men who are on this channel who value peace and prosperity and progression over vagina and over physical pleasure. You're at a place in your life where you want your experience to be holistic. You want your experience to be enriched and embellished in a positive way, or a neutral way, to where there's an honest give and take, and not just you giving and they're taking and you're abused and they're happy, and you know, we done with them cycles over here. All right, cool. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share with somebody who may be in need, subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all soon. Peace out.